Alrighty guys, thank you for clicking on this week's video. Today I'm going to go over the top 5 beginner stock trading books. Now, is this list a little bit biased since all the books I'm going to be giving you I've already made book summaries for and posted them here on my channel? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I did those books first because they're just that great. I don't know, we'll see. So the first book that I would recommend you start off by reading is by Nicholas Darvas, or Darvas, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. And the book is called How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market. The reason being is because I really like this book and the fact that it's actually a story about how he made $2 million in the stock market. It's really about that versus pretty much 90% of stock books you're going to read. They're just going to tell you how to make the money, strategies, or what the stock market is, how to navigate it. But this book in particular actually tells you his story and his trials and tribulations and his ups and downs. And I really liked it because in each story you for sure will understand the lesson he's trying to teach you. And I'll be honest, you'll probably still make that mistake anyways, but you'll only make it once versus repeated times and not understanding why you keep making that mistake. The next book I suggest you read is Learn to Earn by Peter Lynch. The reason being is because this is a really short book, and on top of it too, it's not overly complex. It kind of just gives you basically the tiniest little taste of what stocks really are. And after reading, you know, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market, this is a good segue book because instead of stories, it actually gives you like technical terms and stuff like that. So it'll kind of test it's like dipping your toes in the water to determine if you really want to get into this like line of work or hobby or whatever you want to consider it for your life. The third book I would suggest you read after that is A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market by Matthew R. Crater. The reason being is because this is probably one of the greatest beginner books ever. He basically covers everything, makes it super simple, doesn't use like a lot of like hard to understand words. He really understands that the reader has pretty much no previous knowledge when trying to read this book first, and he does a great job explaining it. He doesn't go into too many details, but he does teach you a way that at least if you're investing by yourself, how you can generally make money in the market. The next book I suggest you read is actually One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. Here he basically explains the importance of investing in what you know, debunking a lot of myths associated with stocks on how you can start making money in the market by employing his simple strategies of just basically investing in a company that's profitable and that treats their customers well, has a good reputation, does something simple or is something that they really need and that they kind of control their whole sector. And he gives a bit of a backstory on how he made all his money at Fidelity. So this book kind of brings everything else together with stories, strategies, lessons, a lot of mistakes you're gonna make that he's basically gonna tell you how to not make them and what type of stocks to look for. And the last beginner book I suggest you read is How to Make Money in Stocks, A Winning System in Good Times or Bad by William J. O'Neill. The reason being is because this is gonna be the first book where you're actually learning a real strategy on how to trade. This book is literally dedicated to this one strategy. It's called the Cam Slim trading method. One of the most popular trading methods, and at least if you master this and everything else with these previous books, you're gonna feel confident enough that you're a pretty decent trader. Because after these 5 books, like, trust me, I made this mistake too, that I was like, oh, stocks are easy, I just gotta do this. Once you read more books after this and more higher level books, you'll start to realize that, oh, this is actually a bit harder than I thought, but with all these other strategies I'm learning, it makes the stock market even easier to navigate. But if you read these 5, you're almost at least guaranteeing yourself you'll be able to make a really informed decision on whether or not you should buy stock, what you should do in certain times, because it's also going to tell you when it's a good time to buy, when it's a good time to sell, not just on a particular stock, but based on how the market is doing in general, whether you should be in the market or you should not be in the market, like if it's overvalued or undervalued as a whole, not just individually. So again, after reading these 5 beginner books, you're going to be poised for a lot more success and your confidence will be through the roof after reading these 5 just in general. So you'll be able to watch TV shows, talk to other people with confidence. So I hope you guys liked the video. I'll be doing another video, probably not really soon, but I'll be doing another video about, you know, intermediate books you should read and advanced level books you should read. So be on the lookout for those if they eventually come. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. A big shout out. This is my first video I've made where I have 101 current subscribers. I never thought it was possible, so I really appreciate that. I'll probably make a thank you video, we'll see, just because like I didn't think I'd ever get a following, and it honestly means the world to me. So thank you guys so much. As always, remember to like, comment, subscribe for more future content. Thanks for watching.